Humanity has always been fascinated by the stars, and we are at the cusp of the stage where not just a few humans and governments, but I think in a few decades we will actually have many folks going into space, building infrastructure in space, as well as even before that, over the next 2 decades, actually leveraging technology for benefit on Earth. Hi, I am Awais Ahmed. I am the founder and CEO of Pixxel Space Technologies. Pixxel is a space technology company working and building the world's first constellation of hyperspectral imaging satellites that enable us to see the world in a level of detail that has hitherto been not possible. We do that by building specialized cameras called hyperspectral cameras that look at the entire electromagnetic spectrum in hundreds of wavelengths, enabling us to see things that are otherwise invisible to satellites in orbit today. So the story of Pixxel starts in early 2019, and in early 2019, my co-founder and I, we were still in the final year of undergraduate studies in India, studying at a university in Rajasthan, almost in the middle of a desert. There had been a couple of experiences in college that led to Pixxel. I was part of the student satellite team working with the Indian Space Agency. That's where I learned how to build satellites in my first and second year. And in my second and third year, I was the founding member and engineering lead at Hyperloop India, where we built India's first ever Hyperloop pod prototype and competed at the SpaceX Hyperloop pod competition finals, where we were one of the only 20 finalist teams out of 2,500 global applicants. We got to meet Elon Musk, we got to meet the rest of the SpaceX engineer, and so that was a very integral learning experience to build hardware technology that needs to work in harsh confines of vacuum, temperature, and so on. But while we were taking a tour of the SpaceX factory, that's when it clicked in my mind that I want to work in space technology for the rest of my life, one way or the other. Came back and explored what was missing in the space, and seemed like hyperspectral data was not something that was coming down from space, even though NASA had proven that as a technology it was superior to other types of data sets. And so we said, why not build and deploy it ourselves? The vision statement is very clear and straightforward. We want to build what we call a health monitor for the planet, to be able to detect problems that the planet is facing, to be able to monitor them as they grow or shrink or move around, and be able to predict some things in advance so that we can take better care of our planet. Examples include being able to look at crop diseases or pest infestations even before symptoms actually start to show up, so that we can reduce the amount of crop wastage that occurs at the tune of trillions of dollars every year, or being able to look at pollution levels in different cities in different areas and where those emittents are actually coming from, so that ESG reporting cannot be falsified in any way because you have this layer of truth, or being able to look at oil and gas leaks from both above ground and underground pipelines, as well as being able to look at any of the offshore and onshore oil leaks or mineral exploration hazards that could be caused to the environment. So a variety of different use cases, but the underlying principle is, can we look at things that are causing a harm to the planet and then helping provide organizations, governments with the necessary data set to combat that. I think I'm a little biased, but it's probably the most exciting sector to be working with, because humanity has always been fascinated by the stars, and we are at the cusp of the stage where not just a few humans and governments, but I think in a few decades we will actually have many folks going into space, building infrastructure in space, as well as even before that, over the next 2 decades, actually leveraging technology for benefit on Earth. We've already seen how GPS has done it, how weather data has done it, but can satellite imagery do that? Can we bring communications to every corner of the planet? So the next 2 decades we will see a lot more of that. So very exciting in the sense that you build something that goes to space, but is also something that is creating impact for everyone across the globe. And then in the longer term, actually looking at that base instinct that humanity has, can we actually go to space? Can we actually expand and live and inhabit there, which is obviously a very, very exciting industry to be in.